Hi guys, Tatiana Ward here. So it is time for my next update on my Wegovy process. Today is June, Friday the 2nd, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I am now on Wednesday. Wednesday is always when I take my Wegovy shot. It is now my third shot of the 1 milligram dosage. And y'all, I went to my OBGYN just yesterday and she was amazed. And in my last video, I told you that I went and saw my primary care provider and she was amazed. So what my OBGYN was so amazed about is because from the time I saw her in April till June, 2nd or 1st, I had lost 13 pounds. So in previous videos, I told you guys that I keep my progress charted for the month prior. And from May 1st to May 30th, I'd lost 10 pounds. So in the month of May, basically, I lost 10 pounds. With each progressive dosage going up, it's gotten easier for me to just no longer track food and just listen to my body. When I'm full, I leave it at that. I've learned with Wegovy not to press my limits. In fact, I was reminded the other day that when your body tells you you're full, you gotta listen to your body. I'd eaten something and then my girlfriend was telling me about these delicious sandwiches that she makes with those Hawaiian, those sweet Hawaiian rolls. I had just finished eating and she was like, oh, I'm gonna make our daughters, who are best friends, she's like, I'm gonna make these girls these sandwiches that I love to make and they've been a hit in my house. And then next thing I know, she's handing me one. I already knew I was so full, but I just really had to taste it. And I ended up eating the whole thing, which is not that big. You know, those rolls are like small. Man, I regretted that. I regretted that because for the remainder of the day, that was probably at like 4 o'clock. And for the rest of the night, I could not eat a thing. I was so uncomfortable. And I kicked myself for pressing my boundaries and not listening to myself. At this point, I'm just relying on listening to my body. Now that we got all that aside, if you are new to my channel, if you have not watched my videos before, again, my name is Tatiana Ward. I started out on YouTube teaching makeup tutorials. A lot of my following came from years of just teaching makeup. But recently, as of February, I started coming to you guys about my weight loss journey. In the process, and if you have not watched the videos that I posted prior, I encourage you to go back to the very first video and start this journey with me, which really I started at the end of February. I started my very first shot of Wegovy on February 22nd. So May 22nd made 3 months. But over the course of these past 3 months, I posted regularly about this journey. And it boiled down to, number one, me losing a ton of weight on this amazing drug, but also being diagnosed with PCOS and learning why it is that I constantly throughout my life have overeaten. I was never an emotional eater. I just always was hungry. I could be happy and I'm hungry. I could be sad and I'm hungry. I wish I was one of those people who's sad and can't eat, but I'm not that girl. So being diagnosed with PCOS and learning that I had hormonal imbalances that could cause me to be hungry and want to eat all the time was just huge in my life. And at the same time, learning that and getting that diagnosis and then also learning that there was a drug that could combat that has really been life-changing. However, if you have watched my previous videos, you know that I never came to you guys with a start weight. There is so much shame involved in being overweight, at least there was for me. I acknowledged that I was overweight. I felt completely out of control. There was, I would say, undiagnosed, but there was an element of depression involved in why I wasn't in control of my eating habits. You see the number on the scale continue to go up and up and up, and it's just heartbreaking. And you don't want to tell anybody. I mean, honestly, I hid. I don't have many pictures. My daughter's growing up. I have a almost 4-year-old, and I don't really have very many pictures of these past few years of she and I, because I constantly I didn't want to take pictures. You would get pictures of my face and that was it. And I think that it's time that I share with you guys what my starting weight was and also show you some images of where I began. But again, there aren't that many images And I really had to scramble for some of these because I just spent a few years not taking pictures of myself. So here's the big reveal. My starting weight was 242 pounds. And there have been times in my life when I was even bigger than that. It's always been a constant battle with me, this thing about weight. In my late 20s, I think I got up to like 260 something. And then I lost it all doing Weight Watchers. And then I would gain it back and lose it. Not gain all of it back, but gain it back, gain some back, lose some, gain some, lose some. Constant battle in my life. I saw myself getting closer and closer and closer to the heaviest that I'd ever been. And I was ashamed, like I said, and just sad and not knowing what to do about it. And that's when I thought to myself, you know, the fact that I had irregular periods and back issues and knee issues, I thought to myself that there might be something with my hormones that's wrong, because I would go like a year without a period, and then I would go having a period and bleeding excessively for months. So I decided to go see my endocrinologist, and that's where the journey of getting diagnosed Wegovy started. I'll put links in this video so you can go see me describe like the very beginning, my first week of taking Wegovy, and I give you the whole backstory. But yes, my starting weight was 242.6. And I feel like I can say that now because I'm removed from it. But at the time, it was just embarrassing for me. So at this stage, as of today, June 2nd, I'm down 37.2 pounds. And just to give you some reference, like at my smallest, when I met my fiance, I was 190 pounds. So I'm never gonna be a small girl. I'm gonna put pictures throughout this, but right now you should probably be seeing a picture of when I met my fiance. Like I was smaller than I even am now. And for a girl who's 190 pounds, you wouldn't necessarily look at me and think, damn, she's 190 pounds. Also at 242, you wouldn't think that I was 242. I'm 5'7". I have like muscular legs, big calves, big boobs. I'm broad. So my goal is to just get back to the weight that I was when I met my fiance. That is like skinny for me. And I only have but so many pounds to go until I get there, to get to 190. I feel like being any smaller than 190 would look weird on me. I think just because I probably haven't been smaller than 190 since like the 7th grade. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see when I get there how I feel. I have like a huge event coming up next month that I'm really trying to lose the weight for, and I want to feel good for. And giving myself these little milestones has been so helpful. If you've not watched the video about my fiance coming home, I'm going to put a link to that in here as well. One of my biggest milestones was the fact that I was going to be reunited with my daughter's father, my fiance, for the first time in a few years since I'd seen him physically. And that was a huge motivational thing for me. He came home on April 11th. I think I was 222 pounds. It's now June 1st and I'm 205. Giving myself those goals really helped me and it's a huge goal. And next month's goal is a huge goal. So having these huge things was vital to my success, I think. You might not have that kind of goal that you're trying to reach, like in that amount of time, but I urge you to, even the small things, like give yourself little goals. Like by this date, I want to lose this much, and push yourself that much harder. I don't know if I'm going to continue on Wegovy beyond reaching my goal, but I look at it like maintenance. And my doctor said this to me, like, you know, you obviously have a weight issue. This drug is meant to be taken like you would diabetes medication. Just because you have your A1C or your insulin under control doesn't mean you stop taking the medication. So I'm reaching the point where I'm going to have to find that balance. Do I take it every other week? You know, I think I just have to learn more and reach my goal and see how I feel and go from there. It really is just like a day-by-day kind of process. My fiance is super into weight training and all that stuff, so We've had some setbacks, he and I, and some reasons why we haven't gotten to the gym, but that's one of our goals together as a couple. We want to start working out together. He can train me in that stuff. We plan on starting really soon with that because it is muscle mass that I need. Like, I definitely have, like, there is loose skin from losing weight so quickly, but I always had loose skin anyway. So I guess the elastin in my skin has always just not, it's never been good. But yeah, that's the big reveal. My starting weight, the progress that I've made. I hope that some of you who are starting at, that weight or even higher or lower can be inspired by that. I just wasn't ready to tell you yet. I had to be removed from it to feel less shame about it for me. Now that I think about it, I don't even think my man knows that. Like, I don't even think he knows it. And when I came home from the doctor yesterday and I was like, babe, my doctor said I lost 13 pounds since the last time I saw her in April. He was like, yeah, definitely. I could tell. I look back at pictures from the day he got home and I can see the progress, but I really wasn't taking very many full body photos even then because I just did not like my silhouette. Just didn't like it. And it's not like I shouldn't have felt that way. I shouldn't have felt ashamed. I shouldn't have felt sad. Because, you should love yourself at every stage, but that's something that I just struggled with. Couldn't believe I let myself get there. And even knowing that I have a condition that makes it hard for me to maintain my weight, my mind wouldn't allow myself grace with that. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I hope you're getting something from these videos. I hope just my progress alone is maybe encouraging you to go see about your hormones, go figure out why you're eating the way you're eating. There might be some, underlying medical condition that you just aren't aware of. And it could just be emotional. You might need some type of therapy, figuring out why we do the things that we do is important. So yeah, this is just a quick little update, just a quick little reveal since I feel like I'm removed from it. I feel like by mid-month, I'd like to be at 200 even. I don't know if I'm going to make it to my goal of 190 by my event, but I'm going to try really hard, which it's not that hard because this 5 milligram dosage is really handling cravings. I'm not so hungry and I'm doing all right. One little side effect that I've noticed, nausea when I have overeaten or when I have not listened to my body. That's a thing. Also, I heard a lot of people talk about belching being a thing. And with this dosage, I have noticed some belching. But when I like burp or like if I'm burping a lot, which is like not really that inconvenient. It's just like a little burp comes up. Like nobody hears it. It's not like a long drawn out burp or something. It's not like that. But I feel relieved when I burp. Have you guys ever experienced that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Because when I read side effects and people talking about the belching, I'm like, oh my God, that's awful. I picture some like movie style burp, but for me, it's not that. It's like a little burp and I feel this sense of relief. The constipation is still a forever issue. Trying really hard to drink as much water as possible to combat that. Also, not eating green stuff because you're not hungry. So when you are hungry, like the last thing you want to eat is like broccoli. I'm basically forcing myself to eat at any point that I'm eating, and I want like something yummy. And that's where I'm messing up also with the constipation because I should just be eating something small and yummy and then like a broccoli so that I can poop, or a protein and something green. I got to work on that. But anyway, that's where I'm at with it. I hope this was helpful. Tell me what you want to see below. Comment, like this video, subscribe. I want to come back to you with more content. You guys have responded so well to this journey that I just truly feel obligated to keep you updated. I just don't want to bore you. So let me know if I'm doing good or what you want to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate so much your support. I appreciate the community that we've built in the comment section where people are just sharing their stories. That's just such a wealth of knowledge. I read them and I'm just thrilled with how much information you share with me and with each other. I can't wait to come back and tell you if I've reached my goal or how close I'm getting to it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you right back here really soon. Bye.